Okay, I think I'm going slow enough that I can vlog. Hopefully my new setup is even better. So yesterday, I just built a new computer, and for some reason the uploader that I was using was not allowing me to fully delete the files off the card, so I thought the card was ready to go. Well, no, it had a ton of videos on it, so it filled up and I couldn't finish my vlog. So, back again today, just got off work. It's a Saturday, and I'm just happy to be out on my bike. And so today, yesterday, or the last vlog, I talked about my chassis. This vlog, I'm going to talk about the engine, which is just as sweet as the chassis. These two are like a match made in heaven. So, light, flickable chassis, very comfortable for a sport bike, all that good stuff. You listened to the vlog, or you didn't, but that's basically the summary. Now, as far as the engine, the clutch, I really like it a lot. I believe this one did have the 08 recall, so that was all done. But it's very smooth, it lets out. Let's see if I can lug it some more. Very, very smooth let out. I don't even really have to give it any gas or give it any throttle when I'm going to leave from a full stop. It just smoothly accelerates, lets out really nice slipper. It's really nice to have a slipper clutch. And overall, I really like the clutch. Everything, the levers, everything feels really good. The transmission, not a huge fan of the transmission. It may just be this bike, I don't know. This is the first one and the only one I've ever ridden. And obviously, I just think the transmission is kind of floppy. I guess I'm comparing it to the FZ09's transmission, which was, man, that's, you know when you're in gear in that. It's very solid and very, very nice. This one just kind of like, yeah, I'm in gear, but it didn't feel super snicky, I guess. It just kind of goes into it. Some people may prefer that. I don't particularly. And I just hope that it doesn't give me any issues. Moving on to the engine itself, it's a very, very, well, okay. The last sport bike, two sport bikes I owned and rode were the BMW S1000, a 2010 model, and an 02 RC51. Two completely opposite bikes. RC had power down low, but really the V-twin just ran out of go up top. The S1000 had tons of gobs of power up top, but you never really got there. So I wasn't impressed with the engine because you couldn't touch its horsepower, and it had like no torque. But on the track, I'm sure it would be phenomenal, but on the street, I just didn't like it. So, henceforth, why I wanted to get a CBR. It has really great linear throttle response. Really, you just grab a handful of throttle. I mean, if you're in 6th gear just cruising, yeah, it's gonna have that brrr, but most sport bikes are, if you're just at cruising speed. But down low is solid. Like I said, I don't have to give it any throttle, letting off the clutch in 1st gear. It's got OE gearing, hasn't been changed by the previous owners. I may change it down the line, maybe, if I want to spend money for some reason, but it seems fine for now. But like I said, I have about 100 miles on this bike, so much more than the last vlog. But it's a really great engine. You can just lug it along. As you can see, I'm under 3,000 RPM and just cruising. Really not jerking, not doing anything terrible or mean. It just very, very simple. I haven't revved it out a ton. I know, such a blasphemy, but I'm trying to. She's been sitting for a couple years, really. Fuel these days is just shit anyway. It probably past like 9 or 10, and I know it just, it sings. Lots of power up there. It's 1,000. I have no complaints whatsoever. Overall, I'm gonna sound like Chase on 2 wheels if you've seen that review. It's a very smooth bike. The engine is smooth, the chassis is smooth. You just can hop on it, be comfortable, and you can be confident. So this one's got the 2 C's. of C's. That was really lame. See, I'm under, I don't know what gear I'm in. Oh yeah, that's another thing that I don't really like. Which in this era, like I said, it didn't have the gear indicator. I would really love to have a gear indicator, but they didn't come with it. I just need to learn to know what gear I'm in and stop being a little bitch about it. Everything is just extremely smooth. This bike has 8,500 miles on it, and it's just mint. I really like it a lot. Now, I have no experience with it. I haven't really found any quirks with it, but I will definitely report back once I get used to it and I get some time in the twisties and be able to give it full throttle and, you know, just generally get more used to it. Because now, right now, it's just fresh. It's a new plaything. So, to be fair, I will come back and review it, but so far, I mean, I'm super impressed in the whole overall package. For an older sport bike, I think this is a really, really nice buy because it's got so much performance, it's so simple, so smooth, so easy to ride, and it just, like I said, it inspires confidence. It's a very, very comfortable, confidence inspiring, and I'm sure it would, you know, I know they excel at the track, so as a street bike and as a track bike, I think this thing is 2 big thumbs up. Very excited to finally get this bike and be able to finally experience it, because I've been reading about them ever since I first started riding. And if you're watching this review thinking about getting one, try to ride one, but after riding R1s, S1000, RCs, SV650s, a couple supermotos, I have to say that other than my Grom, this has to be my favorite motorcycle so far. I have never gotten along with a bike faster than this one. And you don't have any of that traction control nonsense. ABS would be nice, but it does make bikes heavier. And speaking of engine, I didn't get to this in my chassis review. The engine heat is very minimal. If you've ever ridden an R1 or owned an R1, you'll know that they're notorious for having very, very hot, being very hot on the rider, the engine and the frame. But this one, I really don't touch the frame a whole lot. It's not super hot outside, but it is warm. But I've sat at stoplights, and the heat coming off the engine when the fans come on, much more minimal than the R1s. So I think that's going to be nice too. I like that. It'll still be insufferable during the hot Texas summer, but you know, you do what you can do.